Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here with Felix.
Hello.
Because Nintendo have finally revealed the specs for the Nintendo Switch 2 camera on the Nintendo UK website. Big thanks to friend of the channel, Paul, for pointing this out to us. Or should I say Switch 2 cameras? Because there's not just one, is there, Felix? What does the other one look like?
The other one looks like my main in Smash Bros. Piranha Plant. Isn't it just convenient that we're talking about cameras and then I couldn't get my iPhone camera to work? I'm in a different location right now, so I'm like on a different setup. Right now it's just my laptop camera. I'm sorry about the quality. My charger failed. Couldn't connect this phone. Come on,
I'm sure
then.
the lovely people will get over it in time. Give them time.
But that's not what you're here for. You're here
That's
to
not what you're here for. No, let's get right into the specs so you don't have to wait any longer. We don't like dragging people along. The standard Switch 2 camera, they're both USB-C. The standard one, 1080p, which is honestly more than I expected. The Piranha Plant one, which is noticeably cheaper, the standard one is £50. The Piranha Plant one is £34. The Piranha Plant one is 480p, which is a lot less, to say the least. A lot less.
Looks
I
cooler,
suspected this was going to be the case, to be honest, because why would the camera with more functionality, and it is licensed by Nintendo, because it's made by Hori, I believe, why would that be equivalent and yet cheaper? So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, to say the least, but I'll be honest, 480p is kind of what I expected for the official, standard one.
Yeah, no, it's actually a higher quality than I thought. Maybe it's because in the footage, because they always use that, cutting out technology, it looks a bit weird. I mean, from what I've heard from other people who've tried out the camera at events and tried out the Mario Party, and also seeing the field of view is incredibly wide. So you can have it almost in front of you and it just gets everything. And it also, it has technology so it can get let's say you're 4 people sitting, it can, detect the 4 people and then crop out each individual one, which that is quite impressive, I think.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know how much I'm gonna use a camera. I'm super stoked about game chat. I know a lot of people are like, whatever, it's just Discord on the Switch. That part I'm really excited about. I just cannot see myself wanting, I don't need to see other people. It's distracting almost as we're playing. I just want the game, and it takes up a good chunk of the screen if you need to have other people.
Yeah, I'm very much in the same boat, to be honest. And the fact that you say it's quite a wide sort of viewing angle. I nearly said aspect ratio, it's just as well I didn't. Quite a wide viewing angle on the camera means that 1080p won't go as far.
Yeah, it's really close.
Yeah, if it's really close, sort of a 1080p, sort of close-up shot can look great, but if it's really far away, obviously the further away, the fewer pixels you yourself are occupying, and so the lower quality you will be.
The thing is, it
will be fine.
Yeah.
It will be fine. I honestly, honestly did not expect it to be 1080p. To be honest, webcams as a whole aren't brilliant, as we can see with Felix right now. And this is you're on a pretty new MacBook, aren't you?
Oh yeah, this is it is a good webcam for a laptop.
Yeah.
Those can be really, really bad. And also my lighting is not that good, it's coming from the side, and that will also affect a lot is the lighting. Because this in good lighting can look really good. I just I can't sit in a way right now where I have good lighting, so unfortunately it looks a bit like bum. But yeah, I'm excited to get a side-by-side comparison to really see the difference. Because maybe the Piranha Plant one is only, it's a lot less quality, but it's less field of view. I'm also excited to see, if you're sitting really far away, if it'll just zoom in on you. I imagine it will, but the quality will, of course, be worse, because I feel like people will have the camera, because the cable length isn't that long. It's 1.5 meters, it says on the website. So let's say you're sitting at the TV, you'll probably have it there, because you need to plug it in, unless you have a really, really long cable. One thing I'm curious about, and I don't know if this has been answered, I feel like someone said, you can plug in just whatever camera you have.
Yes, it said Nintendo specified USB-C webcams, which is I mean, USB, does it have to be USB-C or can it be USB-A with USB-C adapter?
Yeah.
They're probably just covering themselves so that people don't go, oh, great, and plug, like into the dock, the USB ports from there and go, why isn't it working? It's
for example, my normal camera, that's just, it's a regular camera, but I'm plugging it in, and if I just had the right adapter or the right cable, if I can just plug that in, that would look great. But of course, can it still do the zooming technology? Like, can it detect faces the same way? Is that only that camera? I'm really curious to do some tests when the camera comes out, and just to see, okay, maybe right now, like I don't need to see other people. But let's say, I see Alex and he's playing Mario Kart, and I call him up and like, hey, suddenly we can see each other's faces, and I can see Alex being really angry when I beat him in Mario Kart. It's gonna be great.
I would say that's a bold claim, but it's not. You absolutely trounce me every time we play.
Look at me lose the first match we do now. The thing is, when I trash talk,
win the first Smash game, yeah. I would wager, and this is only based on a general feeling and a vague understanding of technology. I imagine that the camera itself is going to be fairly standard. If any USB-C camera works, I imagine that all the processing, the zooming, the cropping and everything like that, that's all done on the Switch side, and the camera itself is just literally a webcam. It'll be interesting if you can just plug it in to sort of any device, plug it into a laptop and it goes, oh yeah, there's a webcam here, yeah. I've mentioned this before, but I think it is going to be genuinely kind of fun to plug in a capture card, because they use the same protocol as webcams nowadays, or at least a lot of them do. So, mainly for like better compatibility, which thank God. So it's going to be fun to plug in like a different game, or you could get an infinity mirror going with it. You're capturing the game, and you're sending it back to it and see what it does.
Did you see a crop out of Mario over Mario Kart? Yeah, that would be great.
That would be funny, but not much more than that. It's mostly just funny.
You know what else would be funny though, Alex? If people would click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all sorts of Switch 2 news, because there's a lot to cover here lately.
There is, yeah. I mean, it's every day it's something new. It's the polar opposite of every month for the past 6 months, I swear. But yes, do check out that subscribe button. It would be hilarious if you did. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
You know what else would be funny, Alex? If people would click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all sorts of... Because we're covering a lot of new stuff here lately, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. It feels like every day there's a new bit of information.
I know. It's the complete opposite of January. Like...
And February. There was just nothing to talk about.
And March.
Yeah.
And December. But let's now get into it. Yes, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you, as Felix says, check out that subscribe button, because, oh my word, it's free. It's free, guys. And it makes us feel good about ourselves.
Depending on the monitor, it can even be 4K.
It can. Zoom right in. Get it. I've forgotten the word for it. Get a vector. I'm going to do that again.